Okay, so this is not really planned to be a long discourse or anything, but I got into a number of arguments today. One of them was on Twitter concerning gun control with a liberal lawyer who thought that more gun control laws would prevent gun crime, even though they don't prosecute illegal gun crime in Chicago, which has the strongest gun control laws in the country. But this video itself is directed towards the other argument and the other person who I got into an argument with, who's the head of the Israel advocacy movement in the UK. And I'm sorry for you if you can't take a fucking dose of criticism, but your movement is not doing shit for anyone who is trying to promote free speech in your country. Okay? When you try to look at equivalencies between Ali Dawa, who is a Muslim activist trying to convert people to his faith and bring them to radical jihad, and as opposed to Jada Franzen or what's his name, Tommy Robinson, who's the person in question here, or any of the other people that have been banned or locked up in the UK. If you want to equivocate between those two, then I'm sorry, I'm not going to support your movement. I don't care if you support Israel either. Okay, I don't need to prove my support for a country that I went to serve 2.5 years there. Okay, I don't have to stand with you on anything. I know that you said, "Oh, we don't need your support. We didn't personally ask you for your support." It doesn't matter. I'm talking in general, buddy. I'm talking in general. If you don't believe that every country has a right to sovereignty, every country has a right to its own borders, country has a right to its own culture, then there's no use for you having an advocacy movement for anything. Okay. One of the funny things about the argument was that, and I'll try to show something here. I don't know if I can because I don't want to reveal other people, but yeah, here we go. He said, yesterday I was at Speaker's Corner. I'm not going to show the thing because I don't want to. I put the link in the chat though, in the description. But he says, yesterday I was at Speaker's Corner to witness what happened when Tommy Robinson entered the Lion's Den. I have been assaulted there on numerous occasions simply for being Jewish, and I predicted there would be violence. When violence did erupt, I have to take my hat off to Hussein Thomas, Mohammed Hijab, and Ali Dawa official, all of whom did a great job of calming the Muslims down and preventing the violence from escalating. One Muslim brought shame on the Speaker's Corner regulars and the British community. This is an individual I've debated on numerous occasions. I considered him a friend until he started sending me death threats online. The man has a taste for extreme violence and should be banned from Speaker's Corner. Really, you think only banned from Speaker's Corner? Yesterday, he attacked women, beat people with flagpoles and fists, and then to cap it off, after the EDL and free speech crowd had left. By the way, he's not in the EDL anymore, Tommy Robinson. He's not in the EDL. Check your updates, bro. After the EDL, all the EDL and free speech crowd had left, he turned on a Shia Muslim and beat him up. Violent thugs should be banned from Speaker's Corner. So how about this, Joseph Cohen, the head of the Israel advocacy movement? Why is it that a guy who's violently assaulting people in public, Ali Dawa is associating with him, he's palling around with him, okay, and he's not going to jail, but Brittany Pettibone goes to fucking jail. You have fucking Laura Southern going to jail for a couple of days. You have Tommy Robinson spending multiple nights in jail. How about some fucking consistency, asshole? Okay, I don't need your fucking equivocation about, oh, I'm building bridges and whatever. Your bridges can go suck it. Okay, you're an asshole. Your movement doesn't do anything in order to promote the rights of the individual in the United Kingdom here. Okay, you have all these women who have been raped by grooming gangs in the UK. Here, how about another one? This is, I'm sure that with all of your advocacy work, buddy, you took time to look for, let me see here, Women's March. Okay, yeah, I have you had This guy, Bob Spencer. Bob Spencer, okay? Those of you that are thinking Richard Spencer, no, it's Bob. He was banned in 2013 from visiting the UK with Pamela Geller, who's Jewish just like you. And they were banned because a government spokesman said individuals whose presence is not conducive to the public good could be excluded by the Home Secretary. He added, "We condemn all those whose behaviors and views run counter to our shared values and will not stand for extremism in any form." Okay, so how about that? Those two have never committed a violent act and they were banned from the UK. So how about that, Joseph Cohen? Let me see some responses here. Hi, everybody. Kristen, that's a nice offer, but I'm sorry, I still have to keep going on this fucking rant. How about this, Joseph Cohen? Why are there fucking acid attacks all over your country, man? You're all about this Israel advocacy. I like Israel too. I was there. My auntie still lives there. Okay, it's a very nice country. How about you also worry about the United fucking Kingdom? Okay, which it says here acid attacks in 2017 likely to set a new record in the Guardian. So he said, by the way, those of you that don't know, I told him he should debate Tommy Robinson. I said I'd be glad to have him on my channel, but it's a small channel. He said my channel is too right wing. I said, well, I would have understood if you said it's too small of a channel, but right wing that's a cop out, baby. That's a cop out. I've had Black Lives Matter people on this show. I've had black Muslims on this show. I've had people of all different, also I've had people of all different backgrounds on the show. I've had progressives on the show. So you're copping out all the way. So you have these acid attacks in your country, the United Kingdom. Remember, you live in Britain. You don't live in Israel, buddy. So how about this? Every country, doesn't matter if they have an existential threat, has a right to define its own culture. Enforcing multiculturalism on a country is wrong. And this banning of speakers, Pettibone, what's that guy's name? Martin Stelter, or geez, I don't even remember his name. Skellner, I think it was. Pettibone. Martin Sellner, sorry. So all these people that they keep getting banned from Britain, or they get thrown in jail for several days for passing out some leaflets. Okay, how about that? How about the guy who was, I was arguing with him on your stupid thread, and he said that soon Islam is going to take over Europe, and inshallah also the United States soon. How about that, Joseph? Okay, you always talk about existential threat or whatever. Who defines whether it's an existential threat? Okay, whenever they interrupt your speeches at King's College or one of these other cities or colleges, King's College, Cambridge, where else have you been? Westminster. You need the police in order to get out. All of your communities, you need special organizations in order to protect them, because your country, Britain, is so unsafe, and you have acid attacks all over the place. You have threats. You have bombs exploding at Ariana Grande concerts. You don't think that that's an existential threat, dude? What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree. I think that for a fact that you're apologizing for this asshole, Ali Dawa, who, by the way, he guided some people to a house that he thought it was Tommy Robinson's, but it wasn't. It was an old address of his. So you're apologizing for that piece of shit, and then you won't stand up for your own country. Okay, so I'm done. I'm sorry it had to come to this, but that's the way it is. We have all these other people here in the chat. Sorry, but this video isn't directed at you. It's directed at this guy who pissed me off. And he doesn't have an argument. He doesn't have an argument. His argument is that only a country with an existential threat deserves to be defended. Well, who the fuck are you to define that? My country has a Bill of Rights. We don't have an existential threat all the time. That's about it. Please leave your comments below and subscribe to the channel and share this video. And we'll talk to you later.